Oh, look, a free iPad.
Oh,
Oh, look, what clever children. See them study, watch them learn. How I hate those goodies. How they make my stomach churn.
I do.
I've got a little G fuel.
How really make me high. It's a nasty kind of magic from a special.
It's nasty.
It's nasty. It's like that shitty YouTube group I showed you where he reviews The Dark Knight Returns, but it's G Fuel.
I've got a little G fuel. It's nasty.
It's terrible.
Oh! He says, now you're going to pay. He does like that and he throws it across the room.
He spins to wind up his throw.
Yeah, you just play it backwards, so then when you let it goes, it's like that and he throws it.
Yeah. Hope this liquid doesn't stick and I don't have a big nasty cum stain on my chair.
No, it was brown. It's going to be worse than that.
It's like on the edge of the chair where my dick would fall. my bear.
Crossing the Line is not a show intended to bully or harass anyone. Do not go out of your way to mess with the authors who write these fanfics. They make what we do possible. Thanks. Enjoy.
I need to pull up in my fanfiction. We just watched, Notch get destroyed, but we watched an episode of Phineas and Ferb, choosing to watch the one that they get caught, and it was not a normal episode. So we only got one line from Doofenshmirtz, which was disappointing.
Yeah, it was upsetting. He went straight to hell very shortly after appearing.
But it was all a dream, so it was okay. Phineas and Ferb never actually got caught.
Doofenshmirtz and his big old pokey spider mech.
Surprising how few voice acting roles he has. You'd think he'd be a more prominent voice actor. Doofenshmirtz is so, recognized and obnoxious.
Very true.
He must just like that role and no other role.
That's true. He does get, he's often caught, doing the voice, doing really quirky things in the Doofenshmirtz voice. Like, he did a friggin' parody of Billie Eilish's Bad Guys in his Doofenshmirtz voice.
That's
incredible.
Funny. He seems like a nice guy. I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
Did we introduce the show yet?
No. Should I do that?
Let me introduce the show using my Introducinator.
Go on.
It introduces the show. It's pretty cool.
Tell your sad backstory about how you got here.
Hello, I'm Dr. Bluenschmertz. I used to be Dr. Doofenshmirtz, but then I noticed I really like fat asses. That's really about it. It's as shallow as that, really.
Now say the show's intro for real.
Hello, guys.
You can still do the Doofenshmirtz.
Just turn on your intronator and then do your normal voice.
Yeah, don't you know how the intro goes?
Oh, true. Here, get me started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crossing the Line, where we read fan fiction for your listening pleasure. I'm Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
And I'm V-Vlogs.
I'm G-Pool.
And welcome to the episode on Phineas and Ferb. What's everybody's experience with Phineas and Ferb?
Today.
I really like Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
I watched a lot of Disney Channel as a child, so I've seen maybe every episode, but I haven't seen the new movie for some reason. I just haven't really been interested in watching it, but I have seen everything else.
I never watched Phineas and Ferb because I never watched the Disney Channel as a child.
I've also played the DS game, and
How was it?
it's okay. It's pretty good for a licensed video game, especially from Disney. My top 3 licensed Disney games are Kingdom Hearts, The Incredibles on Game Boy Advance SP, and Cory in the House. Phineas and Ferb did not make the list, unfortunately.
Wow, Cory in the House is better, huh?
Well, I feel like I've got sort of an attachment to it suddenly.
Corey in the House's legacy kind of shoots it above a lot of things.
Since I just did my 5-hour Let's Play of it.
Just did. That was like a month ago.
My next video will be much longer, don't worry.
Well, that's good.
You try to improve the speedrun route, but it's somehow a longer video.
When I release the compilation of all of my manga videos on Tatsuki Fujimoto, and I also include a voiceover, intro, outro, and intro parts in between, and that video will probably be like 6 hours long.
There we go.
Hopefully not, actually.
I mean, that's okay. YouTube is apparently fucking with short form content at the moment.
I'm just making what I would like to look. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, so a number of animators and whatnot were complaining today, as well as others, a notable one being the fellow who does all the automaton videos, like does covers of various songs and whatnot with automatones. Their income has been cut to literal fucking pennies. It used to be like you make $1 per 1,000 videos, and now they're making 3 cents per 1,000 views.
That's garbage.
Yeah, and of course the person who did automaton like immediately contacted them and was like, "Yo, this is not normal. Why this month is everyone's income like so extringent out of nowhere? Because it's affecting him. It's affecting animators who just upload like." Various clips that they animate and whatnot, you know, like Squixy and Circle Tunes and whatnot. Regardless,
Famous Tunes facials.
That's the reach.
I sure hope they never made a cent on YouTube, but
God, their animation's so shitty and their audio quality is the poorest I've ever heard.
yeah, but they're getting royally screwed. And when the automaton fellow contacted YouTube, of course they were like, nothing's wrong, please.
That's it?
Yeah, they basically said nothing's wrong, maybe you should go here and re-review our friggin' policies and all that crap.
I hate that response so much.
Yeah, they basically told you that you don't know your job you've been doing this whole time.
It's just like, if you're gonna respond with a support email, you may as well not just link your support FAQ, because that's what they have already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, it's not just them too, it's also others who have been a part of YouTube for like its entire run. People who know the website, know it's inside and out and shit, and they were fucking basically told they don't know the website. It's so stupid, but regardless, for some reason this month they've started really, for some reason, bashing short-term content and
YouTube is just so bad about being like a user-friendly platform. They really don't seem to like a lot of people that use their platform, regardless if they get views or not.
It's just them trying to hold their cards close to their chest so people can't abuse their system, but it does really suck that it's hitting people this way.
Yeah, I suppose just because it is such a massive platform and anybody can technically like make it on there. But even so, it's a weirdly corporate, but hey, I guess that's Google for you.
It's one of those things where if you play the game, you can succeed, but at the same time too, the rules change, so playing the game gets harder and harder to the point where honestly I'm pretty sure anyone lower than 3 million subs is probably gonna get fucking lost out.
That's why we get real sponsorships like Manscaped.
There we go.
That's true. Sponsorships have been good.
This
in all
video
this.
is sponsored by Manscaped.
Allow me to introduce the Manscapinator. Are you
It's
You can't
$1
just start-
less than the regular Manscaped kit.
You can't just start your things and then end them abruptly.
prior to my
If you're gonna do the Doofenshmirtz, you gotta do it all the way.
prior to my job as a pornographer, I used to have a real problem with my stomach hair, but then I discovered I would
Discovered what? If he made the invention, what did he discover?
I would lose all sorts of things in my belly here, such as tortilla chips and
Salsa.
salsa. Yeah, salsa.
You sound like you're doing your Super Cody voice.
I'm sorry.
Super Cody-nator.
It's a me, Mario.
Go watch Super Cody Show on youtube.com/hville and you will not be disappointed.
The intro alone will kill you.
Absolutely.
If you remotely like our sense of humor, then yeah.
It really does hit you hard, frame one.
Don't watch the Super Cody Bros. Skip that. You can go straight to Super Cody Show.
Yeah.
Where were we? Talking about Phineas and Ferb. I guess
Yeah.
we're still doing Doofenshmirtz impressions.
Yeah, it's one of us is.
Basically, we're more or less knowledgeable on the show. Steven and I, Bluebreed and I, have watched a lot of it, I assume.
Yeah.
And,
I got the
we'll
picture.
watch the one episode.
Candace is kind of attractive, but
Oh, yes, she is.
Doofenshmirtz does not know who Candace is.
Allow me to introduce. Oh, yes, I do. I learned all about through my new invention, the binoculars.
The binocularnators.
Yes, that.
They're two pairs of binoculars taped together at the ends.
You see, when I put my hands to my eyes and shape them into a circle, I can focus my excellent vision so that I can see your sweet axe.
Explaining to trapped platypus how to do the goggle shapes with your hands.
something on the Rule 34-nator.
What?
The Rule 34-nator.
Oh, dance, monkey.
The Rule 34-nator. Anything I see becomes lewd.
Allow me to explain.
You see, I simply look at something that I find attractive, and then I draw it very exaggeratedly.
And I quote, anything that can exist on the internet will become pornography.
It's my cornerstone rule. It's the cornerstone of my enterprise, Perry the Platypus.
Okay, I'm gonna start reading a fan fiction now.
I've got so many of these. I picked like 29 stories this time.
It's okay, I already got mine ready to go.
Go ahead.
This is a fan fiction show, by the way, not just the Doofenshmirtz show. But we'll see. Here we go. Alright, kids, you all ready to go back to Danville? Linda asked the kids. Yeah, Phineas Ferb and Candace replied. Let's go! All passengers board Flight 123 to Danville, Illinois. All passengers board Flight 123 to Danville, Illinois. The announcement came over the loudspeakers in the department area. Well, that's our flight. Come on, Candace exclaimed.
This Final Destination.
Maybe.
No.
And there's a page break. Scene transition.
Doofenshmirtz invents a camera that can predict people's death.
Alright, Bri. Looks like we're going home, Stewie.
No!
I considered this
I
one.
saved this one too.
Home to Quahog, where I can finally see my fuck it, there's no use for this facade. All passengers board Flight 123 to Let's go! The baby and canine rushed aboard the plane, not aware of the situation they would be in. A few hours later... Oh yeah. I always forget that's the front. It's probably fine. A few hours later, we are arriving in Danville. Thank you for flying with Líneas Aéreas Mexicanas. Danville? Stewie realized. Oh, I thought we were going back to Quahog. Well, bad luck, kiddo, Brian started. We have no money left. We spent it all on drugs and shit. Stewie clutched onto Brian tightly and whimpered. We might be stuck here forever if we don't find a solution. Damn you, Lois, taking away all my inventions, that whore! Suddenly, a kid with a Dorito-shaped head turned around to stare at the baby and dog. Hello, may I help you? Phineas, no talking to strangers, especially babies and canines, the boy's mother ordered. Sorry, Mom. He moved to another seat. Who the fuck was that? Stewie wondered aloud. And who the fuck has a Dorito? And who the fuck has a Dorito for a head? Chapter 2, or chapter 2. No, wait. Oh no, the first chapter was a prologue. That was the prologue of the story.
Hell yeah.
Chapter 1. Head shaped like Doritos and F's. General POV. 3 days later. That's it, Brian, we're screwed. We have no internet, no reception, and most importantly, I think, no one to help us, Stewie exclaimed. But we just gotta keep thinking. No, Brian, we're done, Stewie interrupted. Nothing. If you think we can keep going, what else is there to offer? Huh? Brian remained silent. Exactly, nothing. Stewie couldn't control his temper. And you're just a talking dog, so don't think you... Stewie? Stewie turned around. When he caught a sight of the one calling his name, or emitting certain frequencies as he liked to call it, his eyes widened. Isabella? Stewie exclaimed. The Mexican Jewish girl and quote-unquote football-headed 1-year-old rushed toward each other.
Why do they know each other? That's a character from Phineas and Ferb.
I don't know.
Isabella?
Is she really Mexican Jewish?
I know she's maybe Mexican.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think she's Hispanic, but, like...
She's Phineas's love interest, sort of. She's got also a football head.
Oh. And they enveloped each other in a hug. I haven't seen you in so long, they exclaimed simultaneously. Brian looked confused. What is this? I am not a what, the girl sassed. She isn't a what, Stewie repeated her statement. She's my cousin from... What exactly is the name of this for this city? God, every fan fiction has to have a cousin connector.
He's 1 year old. Why does he even know what his cousin is? Who his cousin is?
I don't know.
Stewie's not had enough time in his life to develop relationships with his foreign cousins.
Isabella was about to respond, but was interrupted. Hey, Isabella, said girl turned around. Oh, hey, Phineas, what you doing? I don't know what I've been doing this entire time. Not noticing you or making you angry. Let's fly away together. Isabella? Isabella? Stewie shouted. Isabella screamed, snapping herself out of Phineas land.
Oh.
Ferb snorted, which startled everyone there.
His big fat square nose.
Ferb, when did you get here? Isabella inquired. I was always here. Hey, didn't I see you on the plane a couple days ago? Stewie asked, referring to Phineas.
On a couple days ago? How did Stewie get here?
Yeah, they said there was a 3-day time skip at the beginning of the chapter.
So they got off the airplane and they all went their separate ways, and then Stewie found everyone. Mm-hmm. He wandered into Phineas's backyard.
Mm-hmm. It's summer vacation.
Yeah, the boys are chilling. Brian's hungry, but Stewie doesn't have food for him.
They've got cold ones. It's all they need.
Brian can go dog mode anytime and get sympathy.
It's true.
But the baby can't.
Nobody wants to deal with that.
Oh yeah, I remember you, the triangle-headed boy replied. Well, welcome to Danville, Ferb quietly greeted. You don't talk much, do you? Brian asked. Ferb shook his head. Thought so. It's weird that Brian's here when he has, like, the mental capacity of an adult. Like everyone else, he was a child.
Right.
Danville? Stewie asked. Who the fuck calls a city Danville? Phineas covered his ears in shock, hearing the curse word. No. Hey, everybody. Hello, everybody. Two voices, one high-pitched and the other deeper and raspier, were heard, startling Stewie and Brian. Of course, this came as to no surprise to Phineas and Ferb and Isabella. Obviously, it was, Hey, Buford. Hey, Baljeet, Phineas greeted.
You met
Hey.
Baljeet in that one episode. Buford's kind
Oh.
of the big stocky bully character.
Hey.
He's not really a bully.
Hey. Hello.
Bashi?
Haji.
No, Buford.
Oh, okay.
Buford's like a big stocky white boy.
Mm. Yeah, the bully-ish dude.
Yeah, he looks like a bully, but I don't think he is.
Nah.
Who's the baby and dog who smell like shit? Buford asked. He looks awful. I don't like that show's character design.
The wiki describes him as a local bully with a high sense of rudeness, but is not exactly evil.
Do you think he could not exactly evil?
A high sense of rudeness.
Truly ambivalent. Shut up! I don't smell like shit, Stewie exclaimed. Like, I was proofreading this for a second, and I saw the B and B, so I thought I was going to say, hey Beavis, hey Butthead. But I'm unfortunately let down.
They come into this area.
Hey, Phineas. Hey, Ferb.
Brian's trying to like get away home, and they're just like making fun of him for being a stupid dog.
Look at that stupid dog. Smells like shit.
We should watch the Beavis and Butthead Do America movie.
It's pretty funny.
Yes.
You've got it on VHS.
I don't have my VHS player anymore.
Of course you don't.
I think it's like I don't have anything to hook it up to.
We have it on Poet Locker.
All right.
It's probably on YouTube for free.
Yeah, true.
In a crisp 480p.
Stewie said, I don't smell like shit. Brian chimed in, neither do I. Yes, you do. Stewie, Brian, I will... no fighting, no cursing, guys, Phineas exclaimed. It's not nice. Bitch! Stewie exclaimed. Tone it down. Lint liquor, better. What the fuck is a lint liquor?
Phineas's
Ferb!
mom is gonna come out here and freaking scream her head off.
Oops, sorry, Finn, that slipped.
Okay.
Ferb apologized.
Candace is gonna tell on them so hard.
Candace is gonna go, Mom, and Brian's gonna go, shut up, bitch.
Bitch!
The mom's gonna have another fucking episode like she did in the friggin' Busted episode.
So you can forgive him that easily, Stewie said. But not me! We're brothers and best friends, Ferb said. You don't look like brothers. Step brothers, Buford corrected. Correct, Baljeet responded. Okay, Danville, you're weird, Stewie shouted into the air. Half of you are deformed, Brian joined in.
That is true, Brian.
Well, everyone turned to look at Ferb. Your head looks quite... He started referring to Stewie. Everyone snickered. Don't, Stewie replied. It's a football, Buford exclaimed. Wonder if I can throw it. Buford ran towards the baby and picked him up by the head and then held him like a football. Buford, don't! Too late.
It's a good spiral on Stewie's head.
He's gonna fucking smash him into the ground like a touchdown.
Wait, did
I'm
I
sure
just
they've
use a
done that joke
contraction? Baljeet realized. He took in a shaky breath. Chapter 2. Contractions and bad grammar.
Glad Stewie's getting bullied already.
Yeah, he threw him like a football. Good morning, Agent P, Monogram greeted. Doofenshmirtz has been up to his old tricks again. Get over here and stop him. Perry stayed still. Stop him, please? Perry strapped on his jetpack and flew through the ceiling. Huh, Monogram was dazed. I can't believe that worked. Page break, scene transition. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
Oh, you gotta say it the right way.
What's the right way?
I'll play a YouTube clip for you.
Well, it's not a quote by him. It's just saying where they are.
Doofenshmirtz Incorporated.
Oh, okay. You don't have to play a YouTube clip into the microphone. Okay.
Fuck.
Thank you.
That's how they say it every time.
I like when it takes place in like his basement. It's like Doofenshmirtz Incorporated basement.
Ah, Perry the Platypus! What a wonderful surprise! Hines pressed a button on the wall, which was specifically labeled trap, but nothing happened. Perry stood there, slightly amused. When did Hines ever forget to set up a trap? He rolled his eyes and walked forward, preparing himself, but he couldn't. Do you like it, Perry the Platypus? Hines cackled. I'm assuming Hines is Doofenshmirtz's first name.
Mm-hmm.
And they just didn't want to write out Doofenshmirtz every single time. It's an invisible wall! How will Perry going to get out now? Behold the contractioninator! As a child, up until now, I was always scared of contractions. Even though I still use them, it's just... He paused. Every time I use a contraction like don't, can't, or wouldn't, I feel as though someone's watching over me. This inator will make everyone scared of contractions. Now, he walked over to the platypus, who was struggling to find gadgets and objects to free himself. You'll never get out of that, you know, unless I open it myself, Hines commented. But Perry was too occupied and scared to notice what was being said. Ah, whatever, Hines shrugged. Anyways, let's fire this baby up. He patted the side of the inator. However, since I have to follow the cliche and deja vu sense, I guess the inator was too sensitive. It burst out a huge beam of light, and we all know where this is going. The camera zooms in on the inator, and at the back there is a sticker. In fine print it reads, with the added side effect of bad grammar. It's a scene transition.
Oh.
Zap! Phineas said. I feel like I've seen... Ah!
Phineas got blasted by the light.
He's never gonna use a contraction in his life.
Ferb looked worried. Finn? What's... Whoa. Something's weird, Isabella thought. Ah! Everyone, what's the problem? Buford asked normally. Suddenly his eyes widened. He continued screaming as he ran out the gate. Well, through the gate. There was now a Buford-shaped hole there. Baljeet sighed. Now you know how I feel. Page break. Ah, great, Stewie exclaimed. I landed in the wrong city, have no idea where I am, and to make matters worse, I'm in... He looked up at the second. Danville Park. What park only has 3 trees and 1 bench? Well, there you are, Stewie. Stewie jumped 3 feet in the air, literally. He whipped around to find Isabella running towards him. Isabella, Stewie said, you scared the shit out of me. Somewhere along in the distance, the two swore they heard Phineas screaming, no swearing! Maybe that was just them. Who knows? Stewie, we need your help, Isabella exclaimed. What? Why? Stewie was confused. Just come! Isabella ran off, back towards the backyard, and Stewie had no choice but to follow her. So, what's the problem? Stewie asked. I don't see anything wrong. There was this huge green ray that shot through the sky, which I swear I've seen it before, and it shot us, Phineas explained.
Stewie keeps using contractions and he's fine.
Because he's not from Danville.
Okay.
Or because he wasn't in the backyard where I guess the shot fired off. For some reason, and now we're scared of contractions. That's weird. The others shivered in fear, but Stewie ignored them. I think I might have a solution. Page break. The sticker that was on the inator all of a sudden started glowing green, and that only meant one thing. It was activating. Page break. Now I has been thinking, Phineas continued, I think it could have come from the tallest damn building in the house, yo. You got that right, Finn, my boy. Brofist. Stewie looked confused as Isabella and Phineas bro-fisted.
What happened to Phineas?
I don't know. His mind is being melted.
Doofenshmirtz added bad grammar to his brain.
Oh, right. I thought Stewie just taught him how to swear and he became a gangster.
He looked to Baljeet, who was somehow managed to get Buford back into the backyard, only for the burly boy to run back out again. In case you were wondering, I have not been affected, Baljeet explained. Whoever made this invention must have much in common with me. Well, unless this person was a really bad childhood, which causes him to become evil, in that case I am not so sure. Page break. Somewhere in the building shaped like Ferb's head, as Phineas would say, Perry was still trying to get out of the trap. I am so done, he thought angrily. Wait, he realized, this is Hines' trap. He put his hands up around the trap, and sure enough, he could just jump out of the trap easily. He jumped out. Well, that was easy. Ha! I am so evil! Heinz was distracted, too busy gloating over his quote-unquote success. Perry secretly pressed the self-destruct button, which would activate in a few seconds, and then quietly but quickly squeaked out, "So evil!" Boom!
He left him for fucking dead.
Ouch. Perry ran in the backyard. Phineas, Ferb, are you guys... Oh, then Perry realized what he had just done. Perry? Phineas asked. Big mistake. The end.
Hooray! Contractions are a very interesting subject for a written story.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense, but it's also kind of annoying to read that way.
And then he got bad grammar-natured.
I love how fucking shallow and immature all of his fucking plans are. I'm scared of contractions, so I'm gonna invent a device that makes you incapable of using them.
It's like, he's like, I still use them, but I just don't like them.
Was Doofenshmirtz the one that neither of his parents showed up to his birth? Was that one of his stories?
He has one for every episode, so...
Yeah.
And they're all petty as hell.
Yeah.
When I was born, neither of my parents showed up.
Oh my god.
Rate the story.
I rated a death of the apostrophe out of 10.
I rated 3 good spirals on Stewie's head.
I rated Phineas being physically pained by swear words out of 10.
Every time they swear, he loses $1 of ad revenue.
Oh no.
And he needs it to build all of his contraptions.
Indeed. Let's see here. I can go next if...
Sure.
Okay. One summer day at the cul-de-sac, the Eds were sitting on a sidewalk curb. They were the only ones outside that day because all the other kids were sick.
This stinks, Eddie complained. Why do we always get stuck by ourselves during these stupid quarantines?
Well, Eddie, it's because of our immune systems and our isolation from the others, Ed explained.
They're not quarantining, but they're complaining that they have to anyway.
No, that's fine.
Whatever, I'm bored.
Me too, Eddie.
I'm something.
God, I hate quarantine.
Why are they writing this now?
You don't know when this came out.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. I'm sure there's something we can do today, gentlemen.
I know something we can do. We can build a roller coaster, Ed suggested. Didn't we already build a roller coaster?
Eddie reminded. Yes, Ed confirmed. What gave you that idea, Ed?
I saw these 2 kids on YouTube build a roller coaster in their backyard.
Eddie watching YouTube, or Ed watching YouTube.
For the sake of our audio listeners, can you refer to Ed as Double D?
Okay.
Thank you.
Zero.
Really? They built an entire roller coaster in their backyard?
Eddie asked in surprise.
If only they could ever leave the cul-de-sac.
We're gonna watch a bunch of those viral YouTube videos where Mr. Beast does big epic things.
They're gonna order the Mr. Beast burger for 25 cents.
They use their tax.
We need 25 cents to order the Mr. Beast burger.
They're gonna have the Mr. Ed burger.
Yeah. Mr. Ed burger.
It'd be like a plank of wood with slaw in the middle.
Oh, God.
You're gonna sell Jimmy an NFT. Poorly done drawing. This is the only one! You don't understand!
It's one of a kind. He just drew it like 3 seconds ago.
Therefore, it has inherent value. Let me explain with Pokemon cards.
My good friend.
Double D explaining an NFT to the brain dead cul-de-sac.
Double NFD.
I find that hard to believe, Double D said in belief. In disbelief.
He said in belief. I find that hard to believe. He said while believing.
While not wanting to admit he believes it.
4D chess. Making a completely unwarranted statement.
Oh my god.
Such is life.
I find that hard to believe, Double D said in disbelief. A roller coaster would require much more space than that of an average suburban backyard.
This is Mr. Beast's backyard, Double D.
You're underestimating how much people would pay for these pictures, Double D.
They're one of a kind, Double D.
We could get so many jawbreakers with these NFTs.
Allow me to explain blockchain.
Oh, Lord.
Is that your Eddie impression?
No.
Allow me to explain blockchain.
Maybe as an adult. Maybe Eddie is like an adult businessman.
He's calmed down after all these years.
It's his brother.
Low effort scamming.
He finally beat his brother.
But it's true, Ed said. We can go on YouTube and watch the video. Alright, let's watch it then, Ed suggested. Beats sitting out here doing nothing.
Out here in quarantine.
The Eds were now in Ed's bedroom and they were using his computer to access YouTube. What are the
In
names?
his fucking basement. On his desktop computer.
What are the names of those two kids you mentioned, Ed? Double D asked.
The router would be upstairs, so the internet would be shit.
Oh god. Phineas and Ferb, Ed answered. Ed typed Phineas and Ferb and roller coaster into the search bar. Then the Eds found the video and started watching it. Phineas and Ferb were sitting under the tree in their backyard with Perry beside them.
So, Ferb, what do you want to do today? Phineas asked. Ferb shrugged, indicating he didn't know. What about Perry? What does he want to do? Phineas asked. Perry responded by chattering. Well, he's a platypus. They don't do much, Phineas said. I, for one, am starting to get bored, and boredom is something up with which I will not put. The first thing they're gonna ask us when we get back to school is, what did we do over the summer? I mean, no school for 3 months. Our life should be a roller coaster, and I mean a good roller coaster, not like the one we rode at the state fair. Man, that was lame. Why, if I built a roller coaster, That's it! Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. Phineas, Ferb, I'm gonna go pick up a few things, Linda said as she entered the scene. You boys stay out of trouble, okay?
They're just watching the first episode on YouTube.
Okay.
Shh, copyright.
Okay.
They just the YouTube Phineas and Ferb episode 1.
Yeah, they found the playlist that's like part 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
Episode 1, part 1, episode 1, part 2. Like broken into 3-minute chunks
3-minute chunks.
at like
all
1.25 speed.
a like 10 pixel barrier to keep it from getting detected.
Linda left the scene. We're gonna build a roller coaster, Phineas told Ferb.
That was so cool, Ed exclaimed when the video was done playing. I concur, Ed. I find it fascinating that Phineas and Ferb were able to construct a fully functional roller coaster within a single day, Double D commented.
That Phineas and Ferb were able to do this.
Usually it would take at least a year. I don't get it. How come the roller coaster scam worked and ours didn't? Eddie argued.
First of all, Eddie, Phineas and Ferb weren't scamming anyone. Their project was only for leisure purposes. Secondly, their roller coaster was built using the proper materials, while ours was only made from items we found in the junkyard, Double D explained.
Wait a minute. You mean Phineas and Ferb built the coolest roller coaster ever, and they didn't even charge money for it?
That's correct, Eddie.
I can't believe that! Eddie shouted angrily.
Eddie's fucking pissed.
Oh my god.
Phineas and Ferb could have gotten rich off that roller coaster. Why would they not charge money for it?
Well, Eddie, they had a sponsorship by Manscaped.
Well,
Before every coaster ride, they said, remember, this coaster ride is sponsored by Manscaped.
Ferb putting a fucking razor to his stomach.
Oh, God.
Silently.
Oh my lord. They're not concerned about money, Eddie, Double D replied. They just want to enjoy summer vacation.
What a load of bunk!
Imagine the Ed, Edd and Eddie characters with their like line art wiggling every frame next to these stoic like symbol animated line art or colored line art characters.
They would stand out a lot. It would look like a real like CN crossover.
Yeah, they have the big bold shaking black line art, and then the other characters have like the full color line art, just standing there motionless.
Oh yeah, oh lord.
Tweeting around.
It's fucking boiling there. I wish we could meet Phineas and Ferb, Ed commented. So do I, Double D agreed. I'm very impressed by their mechanical inclination. I just think of all the things they can construct.
Ed is very smart in this fan fiction, I gotta say.
Honestly, I could see them being like attracted to trying to find these people.
Ed never has a single thought that isn't a joke.
True.
But in this one, he's obsessed with Phineas and Ferb. He wants to meet Candace.
Oh god.
He wants to try the Mr. Beast burger.
I saw a review, bro. Try this burger. You can get it anywhere.
I would love YouTube.
God. I would love if Ed had a reaction channel. He'd be a really good one.
You could make
VTuber.
one, put a big PNG of Ed in the corner of any video you want. That's basically what people do right now with Dragon Ball characters.
True. That's true. Shout out to our boy Frieza Reacts.
Frieza Reacts, Prince Vegeta. He uses a 3D model. Well, sometimes he uses a 3D model. Sometimes he uses a JPEG or PNG.
Some of the older ones are just like millions of views on a single static image of a Dragon Ball character in the top right of a video.
Oh, that's funny. I'm the Prince of all Saiyans, and that's funny.
Look up Anime in the Hood Vegeta Reacts.
You just remembered the Attack on Titan one.
Oh yeah, I just remember the Death
While
Note
sitting
one.
on the fucking porch, talking about the Titans coming in.
Those videos by those guys are very funny and creative, but it's sad they're being leeched on by people like the Dragon Ball React PNGs.
Yeah, just React channels in general are just baffling to me.
I did laugh my ass off to Vegito trying to react to the friggin' Death Note one. The N-word book.
I can't say that.
Oh my god! I can't!
Still gonna upload this video and monetize it, but I can't say anything.
Now Frieza can get away with saying monkey all he wants. That's part of his character.
That's true.
Frieza's coded, I'm not.
He's not coded, that's the problem.
Oh yeah, I guess he is a space racist.
Yeah.
He's a spacist.
Spaces. He fucking blew up their entire planet just because of some legend someone made up.
It's true, he learned their fucking, the first ounce of culture he ingested scared him into genocide.
That's upsettingly political.
Oh my god, it's funny as hell to think about though.
And then he went,
You know what? Maybe I've misjudged the Saiyans. I'm gonna look at this here legend and see what they're about. And the legendary Super Saiyan was so
Dodoria was there too.
Oh yeah, true.
Bardock was there, then he got sent back to the past to play shitty games that suck ass. And then he got so angry he turned into a Super Saiyan.
It's true, he went to the fucking Action 52 planet.
He played the fucking Dragon Ball Famicom game. He got pissed off that there's no hit stun.
He got pissed off he couldn't read the Japanese.
That they slightly changed all the sprites to not be Dragon Ball characters.
Oh my god.
But then there's no hit stun in that game, so you can just drain your health in an instant. He threw his controller down and his hair turned gold. And then he killed Lord Chilled. The worst Dragon Ball character. That's such a shitty special.
Oh my lord.
Where Bardock somehow goes back to the past because Frieza's ball was so powerful.
Yeah, Lord.
And he ends up fighting a descent. He's in... The little marshmallow people are supposedly Saiyans in
they're
a primitive era. And Lord Chilled, who's a Frieza ancestor, is there, and he's having fun, which is really weird, like, that they still have the same space technology for who knows how long ago this was.
Yeah, because, like, the Tuffles are canon, right?
I don't think they're in the manga, but I think they're an anime exclusive thing, but they may as well be canon.
Yeah, because, like, if we're going based off lore, like, God, that would imply the friggin'... That wouldn't make sense, because if the Saiyans were, like, these fucking peaceful-ass motherfuckers, then how would they have taken the fucking technology from the Tuffles?
Well, that was when they had that was another time that was further than that, but not as further back as, whatever, fuck it, man. It's a bad special.
God.
Dragon Ball
doesn't
A.
even know it exists.
Dragon Ball AF is better than that special.
I just prefer
It's got Ice than Super Saiyan 5.
Hell yeah.
Super Saiyan 100 with the big yellow ball hair.
Yeah.
Anyway, wow, we got off topic.
I just prefer the friggin'
What
alternate.
happened?
I'm sorry.
How did we...
We talked about Ed going on YouTube, becoming a reactor. That's spiraling to
Yeah,
our stream.
God, this show sucks.
Anyway.
We went so far.
Guys, I know what we're gonna do today.
And he said with
No!
We're gonna pay a visit to Phineas and Ferb
Chapter 2.
And kill them.
and fuck them.
Teach them how to scam.
He's gonna say a curse word and Phineas is gonna collapse.
Why do all these people keep coming here cursing in my yard?
I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
Yeah, that's the one time his mom shows up, is when his friends are cursing.
Eddie, how do you suggest we locate Phineas and Ferb? And Double D asked, we have no idea where they live.
Maybe we can just ask the guy who posted the video. Let's check his profile.
Eddie suggested. Ed clicked on the profile of the person who posted and started reading information on it. The person who posted... Let's see here. The person who posted this video is an individual named Irving. He has his own website called the Phineas and Ferb fan site, and he uses his collection of spy cameras to post videos of their projects on YouTube.
They're canon. They're not.
They're all real, yeah.
Okay.
They're trying to dox Phineas and Ferb right
That's true.
I thought they were just watching episodes of a cartoon show and thinking it was real, but I guess
No.
they're also cartoons.
now. You don't understand crossovers. 83 episodes in, and you still haven't figured it out.
Oh my god.
Does it say where they live?
No, but perhaps we can find the answer to that question.
Eddie said, cracking his knuckles.
The Eds found the Phineas and Ferb fan site and started looking at it. The website was the same one Irving created in the Phineas and Ferb episode, Not Phineas and Ferb. The main page of the website had a picture of Phineas and Ferb's backyard in the background. In the picture, Phineas and Ferb were looking at blueprints and Irving was holding a camera while hiding behind a tree. There were 2 labs on the left side of the webpage. 2 tabs on the left side of the webpage.
one labeled facts and the other labeled photos.
Facts.
The Eds wanted to see if Phineas and Ferb had any more big ideas besides the roller coaster, so Double D clicked on the Photos tab and opened up a new page. The Eds were very impressed after looking through all the pictures of Phineas and Ferb's inventions.
Is Irving.
Yeah,
I don't like Irving.
his character is just like being their fanboy, so this makes sense.
Oh.
What a discovery, Double D exclaimed. Not only are Phineas and Ferb able to create large projects in a short amount of time, but they successfully tamper with the laws of science as well. After everything they've built so far, Phineas and Ferb should be drowning in money right now, Eddie commented. Ed went back to the web page's main page and clicked on the Facts tab. Then he found a list of facts regarding Phineas and Ferb and started reading it. It says here that Phineas and Ferb live in Danville, Double D informed.
Irving!
Irvin's a fucking freak.
Doxing them.
He has a React channel, I bet.
That can be your project.
Making what?
Making it Irvin reacts. Steven's got Ed, you've got Irving. I'll get somebody by the end of this, I'm sure.
I'm sure just get a bunch of PNGs and like set them up to keystrokes so that I can change the fucking key pose according to my friggin' reaction.
You have to tap two back and forth really fast to laugh.
Yeah. Dude. How are we supposed to get to Danville? Eddie asked. Let's drive there, Ed suggested.
How old are you?
We're too young to drive,
Thank you.
Ed, Double D reminded. My dad has a shovel.
I was going to say Chevy. My dad has a Chevy.
It can blow any Ford out of the water.
You know what they say Ford stands for? Found on roadside dead.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I like that one and the Fiat one that Dale Gribble made. Fix it again, Tony.
Fiat.
Well, I say if we can't drive, let's take a bus there instead, Eddie suggested.
These kids on public transit.
It costs money to ride the bus, Eddie, Double D reminded.
Not if they slouch their way onto those seats real quick.
Oh, yeah, Eddie said. He thought for a moment and remembered something. Wait! Don't you have money saved up from your paper route, Double D?
Wait, don't you have money? Solved all of our problems. You have money.
Yes, but I'm saving that money for an electron microscope. Come on, socket! We need that money!
To go pay Phineas and Ferb a visit.
To go fucking harass these children, God knows how far away.
Irving already doxed them. Now all we have to do is go harass them.
Look, we owe it to Irving. He really did the legwork for us here.
How far do you think Peach Creek is from Danville? Bus travel fare?
A few days bus.
Yeah, like desert bus.
If you don't get off the bus, they can't charge you again.
It's true. It's like going to a buffet. You can hang out all fucking day. It's like, I'm getting hungry again. Going back up. Shouldn't have put a TV up there for me to watch if you didn't want me to hang out.
Shouldn't have served 3 meals. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, why would I leave?
Oh my god.
Golden Corral really is the perfect establishment.
We've had friends just walk in there and sit down and no one stopped them.
Yeah.
I said, nah, I'm not eating, and they go, okay.
And they get up and grab a plate.
When we get to Danville, you can ask Phineas and Ferb to build you an electric megascope.
They just assume they're going to do it.
They get there and they're like, what are we going to do today? And then the Ed boys bust into the fence and they say, you're building us an electron microscope. They're like, okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Who would win in a fight, Phineas and Ferb or the Cosby Kids?
There's more Cosby Kids than Phineas and Ferb.
But they've each got inventions on their side.
True.
The Cosby Kids' tools are all made of trash, but Phineas and Ferb can make real weapons of war.
That's a tough one.
I think they would get along. They would not battle.
Fair enough.
They would have an invention contest, but because the Cosby Kids have more kids on their side, they would just outvote Phineas and Ferb. Be like, so who won the battle? And all the Cosby Kids would say they won, and they would
all
be the majority.
They would all get along pretty well until Rudy decides to start some shit because his trash invention wasn't as good as the Phineas and Ferb invention. He would go and like kick their thing over. And say, Rudy, stop! You're cheating. I ain't cheating, Fat Albert. I'm just settling the score a little.
What's done is done. And
I
we
didn't
won.
do that, Fat Albert, and you didn't see me do it. But Rudy, I did.
The fight would come down to Fat Albert versus Phineas and Ferb, and then a metal remix of the friggin' Fat Albert theme would play as the Sakuga kicks in.
I'm sure they're in Mugen somewhere. Fat Albert sprite, and then Phineas and Ferb.
The Demon Slayer. Oh my god. Dude.
We should play Mugen. I've never actually played it.
I want to.
You can just install thousands of characters people have made.
I've done it before. It's pretty fun.
Hell yeah. I suppose so, Double D agreed after thinking about it. Alright, we can use my paper route money.
Man, sounds so sad.
He's defeated.
Alright. Can use my paper route money.
The Eds were waiting at the bus stop when a bus pulled in front of them. The Eds boarded, gave the driver their money, and took their seats. Then the bus took off. Okay, guys, here's the plan, Eddie informed. We're gonna find Phineas and Ferb and get them to charge money for one of their inventions so we can get rich off it.
So we can have it.
I will say that is a very Eddie scheme.
Yeah, absolutely.
Capitalizing on the weak.
The weak.
Weak in his mind.
They're gonna feed Phineas and Ferb peaches and cream.
No.
To weaken their resolve.
You can't just bring everything back to the Jimmy Sumo episode.
That's a really fucked episode.
It's pretty funny.
I hope you don't plan on taking advantage of them, Eddie. Double D said. Fucking what
That's
did you
exactly
hear
what
said?
we're going there, and we're going to get money for their inventions.
Once they get the money, I'll just ask for it. And if they say no, we're going back home. They can't stop us.
Double D's.
They can't stop us. I don't know what you mean, whatever.
Double D's just so sad that he's without all this fucking money. They, like, tuned him out for a brief moment. He's like, I hope you aren't gonna be an asshole, Eddie. He's like, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
The assholeinator.
They didn't count on different smirts.
Oh, God. Dear. Need I remind you of the time we traveled to Foster's and tricked its residents into believing we were imaginary friends?
Damn.
That is the funniest
That is so
fucking
good.
concept. I hope they wrote that at some point. Holy shit. That's beautiful.
That'd
You're
be
my
great.
friend, aren't you? You're gonna give me some money, aren't you?
They're not real.
We've never done a Foster's episode. I'm sure there's a lot of those stories.
That's a good point.
True.
I would love an excuse to watch an episode of that again.
Yeah.
I love it. The only thing I've seen recently was of the Christmas episode, but I adore that special. It's a very good Christmas special. When Christmas comes around, check it out.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. That was fun, Ed said.
You said it, Ed.
Yeah.
That was different. We didn't get any cash from that, Eddie explained. This time, we'll make enough money for a truckload of jawbreakers.
Eddie, is that the only reason you wish to meet Phineas and Ferb? So you can exploit their talent for money and jawbreakers? Double D asked suspiciously. Eddie tried to act innocent.
Of course not, Double D, he lied.
Of course.
That would be so wrong.
Half an hour later, the bus pulled up to a bus stop in Danville. The Eds exit the bus
Down
and
the road.
Of course, anything works in CN Real Town.
The Eds exited the bus and explored their surroundings. Whoa! Ed exclaimed. What a nice city, Double D said.
I love the city. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere,
Eddie commented.
So, how do we find Phineas and Ferb?
Double D reached into his pocket and pulled out a GPS. We'll use my global positioning system, he answered. According to the website we viewed earlier, Phineas and Ferb's home address is 23... Maple Drive.
We can't have everyone run into Phineas and Ferb's house to get free inventions.
Double D told the GPS to give directions to said address. Luckily for us, our destination is only a short distance away from our current location.
Good. Lead the way, Double D,
Eddie instructed.
Good.
The Ed started walking to Phineas and Ferb's house. Chapter 3, last chapter.
Ooh.
Another half hour later, the Eds arrived at the Flynn Fletcher house. Well, here we
Is that
are.
their last name?
Yeah.
Is it like one Flynn and one Fletcher?
Yeah, it's like Flynn dash
Okay.
Fletcher. Well, here we are, the home of Phineas and Ferb, Double D announced.
Finally!
Eddie cheered as he started running towards the backyard.
Finally!
I'm in my happy place, guys, Ed cheered as he followed Eddie.
Yeah, he's on the set of the real YouTube channel.
I'm really happy for Ed. He gets to meet his fucking heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not happy for anyone else, though.
He's gonna show them. Ed's gonna show them one of his inventions and like smash two of their inventions together.
Ed's gonna take one of their inventions and say, oh, yeah.
He's not cool like that. He's the lovable oaf.
You're right.
He has a killer jacket.
That's true. I do like his style.
And the striped shirt and then the huge green, like, not leather jacket.
Hmm.
The school shooter trench coat. High school Ed gets a pebble in his shoe.
That was a good fucking episode, Jesus Christ. Gentlemen, wait! Double D interrupted as he ran out in front of Ed and Eddie, causing them to stop. We can't just barge into their backyard uninvited. It's rude. The polite thing to do is knock on the front door and wait for someone to answer. Then we can request permission to enter the home. Eddie groaned in annoyance and said, Fine.
They're gonna meet Candace and have to explain themselves.
Candace is gonna tell on them.
The Eds walked up to the front door and Eddie knocked. A few seconds later, the door opened, revealing Phineas and Ferb.
Hey, Eddie greeted. You guys are Phineas and Ferb, right?
Yeah, Phineas confirmed. Who are you? Who are you?
I do like how direct Phineas always is.
Yeah, same.
I'm Eddie. This is Ed and Double D.
Eddie answered, pointing out who was who. Why do they call you Double D? Phineas asked curiously. My name is Ed, but with 2 D's, Ed replied. You all have the same name? Cool. It's nice to meet you, Phineas said. Thank you. It's nice to meet you as well. May we enter?
It's so quick.
Nice to meet you too. Let me in your house.
Let me in. Sure. We're going to the backyard so we can figure out what we want to do today. You can join us if you want. Come on in. The Eds entered the house and started following Phineas and Ferb to the backyard.
Nice place you got here, Eddie complimented as he looked around the house. His, feet, going over his shoulders as he runs.
Stretching in.
Yeah. As he's touching all their shit with his grimy bus hands.
The way he runs
During
stretches.
quarantine.
Oh yeah, we're in quarantine. Forgot about that little tidbit.
He's gonna need to invent a fucking cure for Eddie.
Phineas wearing a mask over his nose, doesn't fit over his mouth at all.
And he's got a bandana over his head.
I have super guy in the bathroom. Can't hold it anymore.
Okay.
Water break.
You don't get water. Not until you scrub the floors.
When you scrubbed all the floors in Hyrule, then we can talk about Eddie. Take him away.
Then we can talk about Ed, and Eddie. Ed, and Eddie.
Ed, and Eddie.
Once you scrubbed all the floors in Hyrule.
Have mercy, King. Please, your omnipotence, have mercy. When you've watched all episodes of Ed, and Eddie, then we can talk about mercy. Take him away. Yes, my liege.
That's hardly a punishment at all.
Duke Uncle really hates Cartoon Network.
He's a Nickelodeon man.
He's a Nick boy.
No, the line art is so unruly.
It never stops boiling, sir.
Oh.
Okay. As you were saying, Eddie was running into the house full speed, rubbing his grimy hands off the bus and everything.
His unwashed hands.
Sticking his chewed gum under the table.
During quarantine, not wearing a mask.
Loudly smacking his gum. Just to show off the fact that he's not wearing a mask.
It's here.
He's the dirty dog of this situation.
I'm Dirty Dog, and I don't believe in coronavirus. Coronavirus is just a scam.
He rapped that.
Yeah, I love that shit so much.
He was really into rap that movie.
Yeah, the 2 different friggin' raps.
He's
Both
the coolest anti-bullying hero.
I'm a cool anti-bullying hero.
Thank you, Cool Cat Fights Coronavirus. That movie was a ripoff. Nobody should pay for that.
I'm glad I downloaded it on the drive because the re-upload was gone yesterday.
Of course.
Oh my god. Dirty Dog is a...
He's like, this makes me so mad, I think I'm gonna go to school. And then in basic Sony Vegas font, it says Cool Cat stops a school shooting coming soon.
Yeah, he's
on the top of the video feed.
I hate Cool Cat, and I hate school! And that's the segue to him shooting a school.
In text on the bottom of the screen, Cool Cat stops a school shooting coming soon.
Oh,
That video's taking a long time. Something must be happening with
I
that.
know. The fact that he made an entire coronavirus movie in between the shooting, Cool Cat stops a school shooting.
He's been trying to convince a school to let him bring a gun in it for a whole year.
And it's funny because you get the little thumbnail of the friggin' DVD title, and he's in the Dirty Dog costume with 2 fucking dual-wield pistols.
I'm Dirty Dog.
No school in a 1,000-mile radius. Let him do that.
I'm gonna shoot up a school all because Cool Cat didn't let me infect him with the virus I made into a ball with my magic sauce.
Derek's like, what if the guns are painted black? No. Or what if there's Nerf guns painted black? And they're like, no, Derek. No.
Derek, the problem is you, not the source material.
Look, if this
We
were...
don't want Dirty Dog anywhere near this place.
Use a green screen, and no, you cannot use pictures of our school.
Or any school.
Just draw a school or something.
Do not credit our school. Do not give the location of our school. Do not be at our school.
You are grounded, Dirty Dog.
You will not make movies. You will not shoot.
You will not host the 420 Awards.
You will not shoot. It's fucking aiming it directly between their eyes.
Finish your story. It's almost done.
Sorry.
Yeah, this has been going on for too long. Yeah. And Phineas and Ferb, fingers
Phineas lets him in without a hitch.
without a mask on.
Is that your pet? Eddie asked regarding Perry.
He kicks it.
Yes.
Is that yours?
Dinky little sneakers.
Kicks him
Frame
in the
one.
side.
His forward tilt.
You know what? I'm not even gonna say it. Just keep reading.
Yeah, his name's Perry. He's a platypus. He doesn't do much, Phineas explained. Be gentle with him, Ed, Doubledy instructed. When the boys entered the backyard, they walked over to the tree. So, how do you guys know who me and Ferb are? Phineas asked. We saw a video of you guys building a roller coaster on YouTube, Eddie answered. Oh.
You know where the poop is.
Oh. I didn't know we were on YouTube, Phineas said in surprise. Ferb, do you know anything about us being on YouTube? Ferb shrugged his shoulders. I wonder who posted the video then. It was some kid named Irving.
They're outing their source.
He used a bunch of spy cameras to post videos of all the shit you build.
Irving watching this is like freaking out.
Imagine if their parents caught wind of these videos.
He even has a fan site, and it told us where you live, and he explained. Phineas realized
Just him being so smug about it.
Yeah.
He's just explaining facts.
Hands on hips. Phineas realized who Eddie was talking about.
Oh. That Irving.
You know him? Yeah, he's our biggest fan. It seems as though he has an obsession with you two, Double D commented. That he does, Phineas agreed. We're gonna have to talk to him about that sometime. Phineas knows Perry is feeling uncomfortable with Ed hugging him. Hey, Ed, you're squeezing Perry kinda hard. Oh, sorry, Ed says he placed Perry on the grass. That's okay. You must be new to Danville. We're actually just visiting, Eddie corrected. We're from We're from
Prison.
We're from the penitentiary.
What?
I was trying to make a joke rather than coming from a penitentiary. We're from Peach Creek. We were so impressed with the roller coaster along with your other projects that we traveled all this way to meet you two in person, Double D explained. We built a roller coaster too, Ed mentioned. Really? Cool.
Cool.
It wasn't as cool as yours, Eddie admitted. We gotta admit, you two have a real talent. Oh yes, we think your projects are worthy of a Nobel Prize, Double D complimented.
Okay.
Thanks.
For building a roller coaster.
Thanks, Phineas replied. Do you have any ideas for what we should do today?
I got one. Let's build a jawbreaker factory, Eddie suggested. We took a field trip to one, and we were thinking about building our own.
Sounds good to me. We could share jawbreakers with everyone in Danville. How nice. Perhaps we could share them with everyone back in Peach Creek as well, Double D suggested.
Yeah, that'll work, Eddie reluctantly agreed.
He didn't really want to share the jawbreakers. He wanted them all to himself.
Of course.
As long as we get to keep some for ourselves.
He totally forgot about getting rich.
Yeah. What do you think, Ferb? Phineas asked. Ferb gave a thumbs up.
Does he ever talk?
Eddie asked regarding
It's
Ferb.
been like 5 minutes.
Who the fuck is this guy? I don't like him. Say something.
You won't. You never do.
Thanks for building my jawbreaker factory. Now what's your fucking problem, guy?
You built me a factory. You fucking talk.
Quit looking at me like that and say, is there something wrong?
We're killing you to squint for once, Green.
You want to blink for me or something?
Not very often, Phineas answered. He's more of a man of action. I'm a man of action too, Ed said as he lifted the back of his shirt and jacket, revealing his back knee. See? Ed, Eddie, Phineas, and Ferb stared awkwardly at Ed. Action, Ed, not acne, Double D corrected. That is creepy on so many levels, Ferb commented.
That's it for you. Let's get to work.
He said, that's it.
This man opens his mouth one time.
You didn't tell me he was... Ew, he's British.
That's it, I'm out.
Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today, Phineas said. The end.
God, we went all over the place in that story.
I'm so upset because the description was about Eddie having to resort to friggin' Doofenshmirtz to get what he wants.
Oh, that's so good.
I know, that's what I was... Oh, God.
Well, I rate that a Jawbreakinator out of 10.
I rate that an amazing concept, but I at least had fun making everyone really caricatures of themselves out of 10.
I rate that them making a disgusting jawbreaker factory during quarantine.
A sweatshop.
Getting their hands on all the Jawbreakers.
You think of jawbreakers as like big, like slobbery, like balls. This is like the worst time to make a jawbreaker factory and give them out to everybody by hand.
Oh, God.
Like, the Jawbreakers are the size of their heads, and they're in no protective wrapping. They're
Here,
just
eat
thrown
this.
in vaults.
Spreading the coronavirus around Danville instantly.
I'm sure
Oh.
the Jawbreakers are shaped like the molecule.
I always wanted a dimension-shattering Jawbreaker like that.
They made them look really friggin' tasty that way.
Where you could just fit it inside your jaw.
I
And
know.
it expands your body.
I've seen ones like probably 6 inches big, pretty big, but
The fact that you can't warp your own body around it
to
makes
actually
it
fit it
pointless.
in your cheek.
The inside of your cheek would be so raw.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. You put it in the microwave till the inside of it becomes molten.
You put it in the microwave until it fucking blows.
Yeah.
Sends shrapnel through the glass.
Oh, my God.
Then your mom gets mad.
What did you do?
I just wanted to see what would happen.
I wanted to melt the outer layer so I could get to the good, colorful stuff inside. Okay, it's time to read my story.
Yes!
Chapter 1. Lightning blasted the top of the Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated building, and an evil cackle filled the air. Yes! Bury the platypus! Now I will have you! Wow, Ferb. Nice show, huh? The brothers and their little group of friends were all laying back on lawn chairs, protected from the storm by a bubble of hyperconductive plastic. Electricity crackled around them, lighting the bubble after each strike. Candace was busy outside trying to find some sort of hook or hole to tie a rope through, muttering to herself as the rain poured down on her. Phineas Ferb, bust, Mom, down, down, down. Sounds like there's a crazy lightning storm going on outside, and everyone's just watching, and Candace is dying.
It's a great show, huh, Ferb? She gets shocked by lightning over and over.
Doofenshmirtz attached her to a fucking lightning rod and keeps sticking her up.
His lightning-inator.
Yeah.
He shoots bolts of
Blasting
lightning.
Perry's home over and over again.
He invents gauntlets that do like Doctor Doom powers.
It's a fun invention for a summer day. There's a lightning storm. They just make a dome to sit under and watch it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, where's Perry? The strange little platypus had in fact wandered off again. He snuck out of the bubble through the only exit, slipping a brown fedora onto his head as he left earshot. He pulled 3 blades of crabgrass out of the front lawn and a tube shot out of the ground in between them. He stepped in and a slow rendition of Beethoven's Fifth began playing. The door popped open again and he stepped out, rushing to his seat in the midst of the secret lair. A familiar mustache face appeared on the huge monitor. Greetings, Agent P. Sorry for calling you so late, but we're getting reports of cackling and mysterious lightning strikes around Doof's headquarters.
Cackling? Reports of cackling?
The last time something quite that eerie happened is in known memory. Well, Cleveland will never be the same for any of us again.
Cleveland Brown?
Cleveland show will never be the same again.
Cleveland show will never come back.
The Major held up the Cleveland show cancelator.
All because he watched one Rhythm Pete episode.
Do not call it an episode. That implies there's anything worth value. Stop saying his name on the show.
The Major held up a teddy bear under his chin, staring blankly into the distance for almost a full minute, thinking of Rhythm Pete. It did not say that.
The Rhythm Petinator.
That rolled way too smoothly, holy shit.
Perry checked his watch and the motion caught the man's attention. Oh, ahem. Anyway, go check on Doof and apply thwarting as necessary. Monogram out. Perry leapt from his chair, grabbing a jetpack from the rack and setting off. Meanwhile, on Kami's lookout...
Oh, no!
Meanwhile...
I lost it for a minute when you mentioned friggin' Perry's watch, and I imagined a watch, but like the center is friggin' Rhythm Pete's head with his arms as like the hands.
There will never be Rhythm Pete brand watches in this lifetime.
Please comment on Rhythm Pete's videos. He's begging for it. He needs the support even more than us.
Please ask Rhythm Pete where his videos went.
Good thing he spells his own name wrong, or else you wouldn't be able to find, or else you'd be able to find him. Dende, are you okay? Dende clenched the Guardian's staff. Yes, Mr. Popo, but I'm afraid that the Earth might not be. You were here when the androids first struck, weren't you? Yes, why? I feel there may be another one on its way, and this whole thing is only going to get a whole lot worse if they don't do something. Back at Doofenshmirtz Tower, there was a knock on the door. And being the neighborly citizen he was, Doofenshmirtz cracked it open a little bit and peered around. As he closed the door, Perry the Platypus burst through the wall, flipping twice and landing in a kung fu pose.
Perry the Platypus!
Really? Perry the Platypus? Really? I even opened the door for you. Why can't you just use it? Never mind. Anyway, I suppose you're wondering why today's scheme is going down so late at night. So I'll tell you. I was looking through the video surveillance of all of my old schemes, and I found a common denominator. Perry was feeling around on the floor with his webbed feet, checking the air for laser traps. Oh, don't worry about traps, Perry the Platypus. Didn't have time for any tonight. But back to my schemes. The commonality I found with all of my schemes was that none of them had any sort of defense except for me. That's why I have 2 innators today. First off, behold! The Time Jumpinator!
Time Jump!
I thought he was gonna make fucking androids.
Oh. Oh,
He
God.
pressed a button on a controller he had pulled from within his lab coat. A police box with a DeLorean standing on top of it was lowered from the ceiling. It travels through time!
Doctor Who, Police Box, and Back to the Future DeLorean stitched on top of each other.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It travels through time, allowing me to take over any prehistoric civilization I see fit. Dooftopia is at hand. And, as a fix for my chronic security issue, behold, the perfect Fightinator. He matched the other button in a robot that resembled a buffed-up 1:1.5 scale robot form of Heinz Doofenshmirtz himself appeared. It uses a power core designed from the best parts of my old innators, and an AI downloaded from some guy's homemade supercomputer. I think his name was Boxers. No, it was Briefs. Yeah, some guy named Briefs. Real genius, this guy. Anyways, just try and thwart me.
Doofenshmirtz is playing with things he has no conception of.
He's creating
He
a
does.
world-destroying android just to protect his time machine. Which I guess is worthy of that. Perry shrugged and took off for the time jumpinator. Just as he came within 10 feet of it, the perfect Fightinator skidded in front of him, blocking his path. He leapt up, aiming a roundhouse kick at its head. His foot clanged off the metal head and reached up, grabbing the foot. You see, Perry the Platypus, this new Innator is truly unbeatable. With his help, I will be able to rule the tri-state area without a hitch.
Hell yeah.
The machine threw Perry aside like a rag doll and turned to its creator.
Damn.
There are no challenges here. I will return with a challenge.
That should sound like Robot Doofenshmirtz.
There are no challenges here. I will return with a challenge.
Thank you.
Without another word, it lifted off and was gone into the night sky. Doof stared up at it, a blank look on his face. I need to remember to thumbs down that Briefs guy. Back in Danville. The conductive bubble had shut down mysteriously almost 5 minutes ago, and Ferb was still hard at work on the circuit board. None of them had thought to check the power grid until suddenly the ground beneath them began to shake. Brrr. Ferb, we might need to check the stabilizers. The brothers rushed out to the exit where Candace was waiting for them, not allowing her hands to leave the ball. Look, you two, at least keep things still. How am I supposed to bust you if I can't even make sure this thing stays in one place? Working on it, the boys rushed past her and were greeted to the sight of a very large, very angry-looking pharmacist robot. Ferb, you didn't install a seek and destroy security system on this thing, did you? The taller brother shook his head. Right, I didn't think so. That being said, we might want to consider running. They turned around and did just that. Where are you punks going? The bros didn't even bother answering. They swung around the corner. They're panting, letting everybody know it was time to clear out. They ditched everybody under the bubble. On Kami's lookout. So, there's another android. Dende nodded, sweat beading on his forehead. But this one wasn't built by Dr. Jiro. In fact, it's not even on this world. Vegeta rolled his eyes.
Why is Vegeta there?
Why is it our problem?
Oh.
We have enough trouble saving this world every 3 years. Dende shook his head. You don't understand. It's more powerful than anything we've encountered. Even Boo wasn't this strong. Doofenshmirtz robot is stronger than Boo.
Holy shit.
This is a pre-Battle of God's world. This is an early fanfic.
Doofenshmirtz is a fucking mastermind.
It's the perfect Fightinator. What do you expect?
His infinite power core.
This seemed to pique the interest of both of them, Goku especially. So I guess Goku and Vegeta are both here.
Mm-hmm. They got called to action.
Wow, really? Oh man, I can't wait to get a look at him. I wonder if he'll be willing to go a few rounds.
I wonder if he looks like a cartoon doctor.
He doesn't look that tough.
I don't think you'll need to have to worry about that. He's determined to find and destroy the highest power level he can, and he's learning rapidly. He's already taken out the strongest forces on his own world, and I can only assume he'll be coming here next. Unfortunately, he might just try to keep looking there, and that would result in the complete destruction of their world.
Why can Dende see into other worlds?
I don't know, I guess he sensed the presence of the Doofrobot.
The perfect Fightinator is so prominently powerful, it breaks boundaries of entire worlds.
I can sense his energy signature from across the fucking dimensions.
Androids don't have energy signatures, though.
He's that strong.
So you want us to get up there and stop him, is that it? Dende nodded. Fine. Just give me some directions. Kakarot, go check and see if any of your little friends want to tag along.
His energy is just Doofenshmirtz's, but it's ginormous.
Intense Doofenshmirtz energy.
So they can sense one Doofenshmirtz that's like nothing, but then they sense one that like blocks out everything else.
Wow, I've never felt a power this large and funny. I'm lolling. Rolling on the floor laughing.
Goku nodded and pressed 2 fingers to his forehead. He focused on one point and suddenly he was there. Hey Piccolo, Vegeta! Hey Piccolo, Vegeta and I are gonna go fight a new android. You in? The Namekian opened his eyes, standing up straight. Another one? Sure. For some reason, beating up machines just doesn't get old. Chapter 2. This is 9,000 words, so I'm not going to read it all.
Oh.
What's our time?
Hour and a half.
Alright. That's fine. I like the idea of the big Doofenshmirtz energy approaching with no resolution.
Yeah.
I rate that a power level that's unquantifiable out of 10.
I rate that like a Dragon Ball tracker, but on a little beeping radar, it's just a green image of his head. Doofenshmirtz's head. Beeping closer to them.
I give that the dawn of the first day. You look up and you see Doofenshmirtz's big schnoz approaching slowly.
Blotting out the sun. Oh, I was about to pass out.
Yes,
You're so weak and winded.
The Wumpa Fruit G Fuel fucked up my internal systems.
Yeah.
Sponsored by G Fuel. Use code official to get % off at checkout.
G Fuel makes me feel so bad.
Yeah, but it's the novelty of it. Crash Bandicoot 4.
It was pretty cool.
Let's see here. I liked it pretty okay. That particular one didn't make me feel gross. The one I tried before that was like the regular flavor did though.
Yeah.
For the Corey in the House vlog that's on my personal channel, I drank 2 G Fuels, a 32 ounce of beer, and a couple of sparkling waters, and I felt like fucking garbage by the end of the video.
I wish you could have just got fucking trashed for the Corey in the House stream. That'd be so
On
funny.
the same session.
I couldn't. I needed to beat the game. I had to. Not that it was particularly hard. I was playing on hard mode, so the final rhythm game was like busted. It was really
the
hard.
rhythm game that doesn't sync up to the music whatsoever.
Yeah.
What is
Corey
it?
just bangs on the
Oh,
kettle
that one.
for a long time.
Yeah, something about that final rhythm game was very funny because it's just like the rhythm notes just going nuts on screen and Corey nonchalantly banging on his drums.
Yeah, it's like 3 drum, like a drum beat per second, but on the actual touchscreen there's like 30 beats per second.
Right.
But Corey's just like...
Speaking of which, in this time of recording, the Friday Night Funkin' Kickstarter just got the erect difficulty mode unlocked, and I'm very excited to play that. I love stupid hard games.
I had to like wrap my head around how you connected those dots for a second. I was like, Corey in the House, Friday Night Funkin', what are you talking about, you maniac? And I remembered rhythm games, so it's okay. You get the pass.
I sure hope Corey gets in as a cameo.
Yeah, you get to do like boyfriend beep beep version of Corey in the House theme.
Beep 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 bitty bitty beep beep. Just Corey making those noises with his drums.
Beep boop beep beep boop bop beep boop.
Phineas and Ferb has destroyed me. Okay, it is time for the end of the episode. What's our next episode?
I've been thinking about this for a while, and there's not that many crossover fics of it, but I still think there's enough for us to manage an episode, and it's one I've really wanted to do for a while, so I want to do Luigi's Mansion.
Whoa! This'll be fun.
It's going to be all stories of characters going into a mansion and then going through the tutorial stage. But it'll be fine. It'll be funny. So look forward to that.
Hell yeah.
Alright, you can follow us on Discord, Twitch, Spotify, Twitter, YouTube.
Links in descriptions, except some of those. You're the only one that uses Twitch here, but
Don't worry, we'll stream something eventually.
yeah. We'll get around to it. Maybe we can stream some Mugen fights.
Once you move into your new place and have usable Wi-Fi.
Stop saying that.
And now I will use my new invention, the episode endinator. Fire!
You've at least 4 times this episode you've come up with an invention, but you don't elaborate on it, and it's pissing me off.
The name is what it
That one was
does.
self-explanatory.
Well, don't
That's
they
the-
always have like a backstory where he was traumatized by something and then he needed to end the show?
But they're also just the thing they do with like
Yeah.
an aider at the end. That's also the joke.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
we'll do it again, but we're not gonna cut any of this.
Oh, I have to do it
What
again.
the backstory?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, give me a full-fledged Doofenshmirtz story.
And now I introduce to you the episode endinator. I got so tired of going on YouTube and looking at all these videos with interesting titles, but then I look at the timestamp and they're like 40 minutes. And then they're an hour and a half. I keep seeing the spoony down a rabbit hole on my recommended feed, but I don't have the time to watch Noah Antweiler go down the rabbit hole for 40 minutes. Who has the time for that? So I invented the episode endinator. It ends the episode. And fire!